Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, this is Sandy Thorpe, and we're going to try an afternoon yoga. Hopefully it won't be too noisy or too loud with the wind. So let's just give it a try. Let's start by rolling the shoulders up and around. And again, inhale up and around. Stretch the legs out in front and inhale, come all the way up. Exhale all the way forward. And again, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale forward. And one more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale forward. And let's open up the legs, just stretch out the inner thighs. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale forward, just walk the hands out in front. Keep sliding, sliding. And inhale back up. And let's bring the legs into a cross-legged position. Walk the hands out in front. Slide up, bring the hands behind you, press the knees down, push the hips up, stretch out the quads, and bring the hips down. Let's go off to your right. Inhale up, off to your left. And inhale up. We're going to try some different things today. Let's continue, switch the legs. Walk the hands out in front. And inhale up, bring the hands behind you, this time with the fingers going away from you. Press the knees down, push the hips up. And release, bring the hips down. Let's go off to your right, left arm up and over. And inhale up, off to the other side. Let's come back up. So today you're going to want a block. Kleenex box will work. And probably a towel, blanket. That'll work just fine too. And from here, let's flip it over to hands and knees. And round the back all the way up. Exhale out. Back to neutral. Arch the back the other way. Let's come back to neutral and then tuck the toes. Come back into downward facing dog. So push the hips way back. Get a great big stretch to the hamstrings. And then pull forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Up into up dog. Let's flip the toes. Back into downward facing dog. And let's hop or walk into standing forward fold. Walk the hands off to your right foot, stretch out the right hamstring, back to center, off to your left, and back to center. Let's reverse swan dive, sweep the arms all the way up, and pull up, swan dive out, exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's bring it back to your hands and knees, and again, round the back all the way up, exhale out. Arch the back the other way, back into cow. And coming back to neutral, let's push back into child's pose. Reach the arms out in front. Tuck the toes, pull the hips back into downward facing dog. Let's come forward into plank. Body's one straight line from your head to your heels. Lower it down to chaturanga. Pull it up into up dog. Flip the toes back into down dog. Let's raise the right leg up. Let the leg flop over. Just open up that right hip. Maybe rotate that leg around in the hip socket. One direction, other direction. Extend the leg straight out behind you and exhale. Bring the knee to your nose. Extend it back. Bring the knee forward again, and let's bring the knee off to your left tricep. Extend the leg straight off to the left. Release your left arm up. And get a great big stretch here in the fallen star pose. Let's bring the hand back to the mat. Send that right foot back up. And bring the knee forward. Place the foot in between your hands. Let's drop the left knee. Flip the left foot. Sweep the arms up. And let the hips fall forward. Bring the hands down to the mat. Straighten out your right leg. Bringing your nose to your right kneecap. An option here to walk the hands all the way back so you're sitting on your left heel, or you can use your block or your blanket underneath your right hip here. Walk the hands forward. Bring your nose to your right kneecap. Let's pull up, lift up the hips. Walk the hands forward, tuck the left toe, lift the knee off the ground, send that right foot back into downward facing dog. Back into plank, lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog, and let's raise the left leg up. Let the left leg flop over. Again, rotate that leg around in the hip socket, maybe one direction, other direction. Extend that leg straight out behind you and exhale. Bring the knee to your nose, send it back. And bring the knee forward again. This time bring it to your right tricep. Extend the leg off the mat to your right. Release the right arm up. And bring it into the fallen star pose on this side. Let's bring the hand back to the mat. Take that left leg, bring it up and out. And bring the foot down. Come forward into plank, lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. And let's drop down to the knees, push back into hands and knees for a second. So you might want to have a block handy. At the front of your mat would be where you'd want it. And let's tuck the toes, pull the hips back, into downward facing dog. And let's come forward into plank. Bring your left hand to the center, and let's release the right arm up, coming into side plank, Vasisthasana. Options here, your left knee can be down for more stability. Right leg can be up for a little more challenge. Arm comes down. Right foot is going to come all the way forward, up into a lunge. And let's release all the way up into a high lunge. So just to be clear, this is not warrior one. Warrior one, back foot is flat in the ground. We're actually in a lunge, so you're on your back toes. Shift your weight right over to your right foot, and we're going to bring it right into a momentary warrior three. Drop right down into a three-point balance, both hands on the block or the mat. And then hold it here or bring it into a one-legged balance. So left leg is going to go straight up. Right hand comes closer to the foot. Left hand comes on the ankle. Head comes down to the knee. Leg goes up as high as you can get it. Maybe even both hands on the ankle. And then release both hands, both feet down into standing forward fold. Walk your hands off to the right. Back to center. Off to your left. And back to center. Let's reverse swan dive. Sweep the arms all the way out. And pull up. Swan dive out. Exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. Let's plant the hands. Step back into downward facing dog. Come forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Up into up dog. And flip the toes back into down dog. Let's come back into plank, and this time your right hand is going to come center, and left arm is going to reach up into side plank. So again, all the options, right knee can be down, left leg can be up. Arm comes down, left foot comes all the way forward into a lunge. Release all the way up into a high lunge. Push off of that back foot. Bring it right into warrior three. And dip down into a 3-point balance. Again, you can use your block, you can use the mat. Hips are square to the mat here. And then option here, hold it here, or you can bring it into one-legged balance, left hand closer to the foot, right hand on the ankle, head down to the knee, leg up to the ceiling. Well, maybe both hands on the ankle. And release both hands, both feet down into standing forward fold. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, pull it up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into downward facing dog. And let's raise the right leg up, let the leg flop over, knees pointing up to the ceiling. Hi, Rudy. Don't mess up my mat. Hold it here or flip all the way over into flip dog. Pull the hips up, arch the back, reach the arm to the front. And hand comes back to the ground, right leg up. Bring the right foot forward. Left foot is going to plant flat in the ground. Bring it up into warrior one. Hips square to the mat, shoulders square to the mat. Inhale up, exhale into warrior two. Let's reach forward. Flip the right palm up. Left hand slides down the back of the leg. Inhale up. Back into warrior two. Reach forward again. Straighten out the right leg. Slide the hand down. Coming into triangle, Trikonasana. From here, shift your weight to your right foot. Right hand is going to reach out, find your block or the mat. Bring it into half moon. And then hold it here, or you can take your left hand, reach back, find that left foot, grab a hold of it, roll the shoulders back, stretch out the chest into Ardha Chandra Chopasana. Let's release both hands, both feet down into standing forward fold. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's raise the left leg up. Left leg flops over. And again, hold it here, or just let gravity take over. Flip all the way. The foot will come down off your mat. Pull the hip up, hips up, arch the back. Great big stretch. And let's flop back. If you flopped, left leg is up, left foot comes forward in between your hands, right foot plants flat in the ground, back to warrior one. Inhale up, exhale into warrior two. A little deeper bend in that knee, front knee. Reach forward, flip the left palm up, right hand's going to slide down the back of the leg. Inhale up, back, into warrior two. And from warrior two, let's reach forward, straighten out the left leg, slide the hand down, coming into triangle, Trikonasana. Shift your weight to your left foot. Left hand reaches out, finding the block or the mat, coming into half moon. And options, maybe your right hand reaches back, going to find the foot, stretch out the chest. So it looks kind of like an ice skating move. Nice big stretch, big chest opener. And let's release both hands, both feet down into standing forward fold. And inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's sweep the arms up, bring the hips down, coming right into chair, Utkatasana. From chair, let's pull it up onto your tippy toes. Coming lower, lower. And then all the way down, open up the knees into toe balance. Stretch up the arms. Bring the hands down to the ground. We're going to come into something called baby bakasana. Kind of think of it like a beginner crane or crow. And I'm going to turn sideways because I think it's easier for you to see exactly what's happening here. And this is where we're very, very, very low to the ground. So you're going to bring your forearms down to the ground. So if you can't quite get your elbows all the way down right yet, that's right, don't worry about it. Because from here, you shift your weight forward and you're going to clamp your knees onto your triceps, just like this. Forward, clamp, shift forward. And if you can see, my feet are off the ground all of like a half an inch. Release, come back. So this one's very silly, but you know what it does is it helps you to get rid of all of those gremlins in your head that might be saying, oh my God, this is so hard, I'm going to fall on my head. So once you're there, you can go into a little more advanced version where you bend the elbows, push them back, rock forward, bring the feet off the ground, maybe one, maybe the other one, maybe both. And if you're looking about a foot in front of you, then you can maybe jump back into a line. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Drop the knees, push back, into child's pose, stretch it out. From child's pose, walk your hands off the mat to your right, push your hips off to the left. And hips come back to center, hands come back to center. Hands go off to your left, hips go off to your right. And hands back to center, hips back to center. Let's tuck the toes, pull the hips up, back into downward facing dog. Come forward into plank. Lower down, sweep it up. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And from here, let's raise the right leg up. Bring the right foot forward. Place it in between your hands. Left foot is going to plant flat on the ground. Bring it up into warrior one. From here, shift your weight to your right foot. And the left foot is going to come up into tree. So with your left foot up, it could be above the knee or below the knee, stretching up through the spine. And we're going to go into Stork today. So to get there, we're going to reach the hands down. We're going to find the foot, pull it up, and just plant it right into the groin. Once you're there, press the thigh down, stretch the back up. Now, if that foot will stay there, then bring both hands behind you. Clasp the hands, pull the arms away from you, and then hinge from the waist. So the head is coming down, the arms are coming up. Head comes down, arms go up. Release, come all the way up, release the foot. Let's inhale, bring the arms all the way up, feet about hip distance apart. Pull up and exhale to your right. Inhale up, exhale out to your left. And inhale up. Let's exhale back. And inhale back up. How do we do? Let's try the other side. So it's inhale up, swan dive out, exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, pull it up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into downward facing dog. And let's raise the left leg up. Left foot comes forward in between your hands. Right foot plant, flat the ground. Back into warrior one. And shift your weight to your left foot. Right foot is going to come up. Coming up into tree for Shasana. Arms reaching up, stretching out to the spine. And again, options, reach down, find that foot, pull it up, press the thigh down, stretch back up through the spine, roll the shoulders back. And nice big chest opener here. So if the foot will stay there, bring both hands behind you. If the foot won't stay there, you can hold it with your left hand and just bring the right arm behind you. And we just come down, it's like this. Both hands looking like this. And you basically get the whole body as vertical as you can get it. Arms go way up, head comes way down. Release, come back up, release the foot. And let's bring the shoulders up and around. Let's inhale, come all the way up. And pull up, swan dive out, exhale all the way down. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And from here, let's raise the right leg up. Bring the right knee forward, bring the knee over to your left tricep. Send it back. And again, do the same thing, bring it off the mat to your left. We're going to come back into our fallen star because I'm going to give you the option to bring it into Visvamitra. So from here, see if you can raise your right foot off the ground. You can reach over, find that right big toe, lift it up, sweep the whole thing up to the front, lower the hips, raise the left arm over the head as much as you can. Release, back into down dog. Come forward into plank, down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Let's drop the knees, push back into child's pose. Stretch it out. And we're going to try the other side. Tuck the toes, pull the hips back into downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Bring the left knee over to your right tricep. Send it back. And again, knee comes over to your right tricep. Extend the leg nice and straight off the mat to your right. Release the right arm up. So again, options, see if you can raise that left foot off the ground. If you can, reach over, find the big toe. I am. And pull the leg up, get the arm over your head. And let's release, bring it back into downward facing dog. Come forward into plank, down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. Let's hop or walk into a seated position, legs cross-legged in front. And I'm going to turn around and face you. Let's stretch up through the spine. Take your right hand, place it on your left knee. Bring the other hand behind you. And off to the other side. Other hand, other knee. Give a big twist. And back to center. Let's lift up your left foot and place it on the outside of your right thigh. So I'm mirroring you, in case you haven't figured that. Pull up through the spine and bring your left hand behind you. Right elbow is going to come into the knee. And just give it a great big twist. Let's twist back to center. We're gonna do a fun thing I like to do called the walkabout. Or that's what I call it anyway. So from here, we're just gonna walk the hands forward and lift up the hips. So you're actually on one knee, and then stretch out the legs. Your legs will be crossed. And we're gonna walk all the way off to your right, my left, all the way around. And then just keep going. We're just gonna pivot on the balls of the feet. Come back to center. And when you get back to the center, the opposite knee, your left knee is gonna come down, and you're gonna sit back, and you're gonna be exactly opposite. Pretty cool, huh? Simple pleasures. And let's pull up through the spine, and this time your right hand behind you, your left elbow into the knee. Back to center. And again, let's lift up the hips, walk the hands forward, and tuck the toes, stretch out the legs, so legs will be crossed. And this time we're gonna go off to your left, all the way around. Pivot on the balls of your feet. And when you come back to center, opposite knee will come down, and you will be exactly reversed. Pretty cool, huh? Let's take that foot off and bring the feet together. Grab a hold of both feet, stretch up through the spine. Separate the toes. Do a big toe hold. Toe back so you're right on your sits bones. Stretch out the legs. Into a big toe hold, double big toe hold. And let's bring them down for a second. So if you're not going vertical lengthwise on your mat, you're going to want to do that because we're going to roll right back into happy baby. So from here, bend the knees so that your knees are bent, and we're just going to round the back, and we're just going to roll down. So you're on your back, right into happy baby. From here, you can rock from left to right. Press the back into the mat. And come back to center. Let's hold the right knee in, left leg out. Change legs. Other knee in, other leg out. Both knees all the way in. Let's bring both arms off to both sides and bring both knees off to one side. Back to center, off to the other side. And back to center. Let's extend the legs straight up, stretch out the legs. And let's bring the arms all the way overhead. On the inhale, come all the way up. See if you can grab your toes, pant leg, ankles, whatever you can reach. And we're just stretching out. And let's release the back down to the mat. Release the arms by your sides. And we're going to bring it up into shoulder stand. Supporting your hips with your hands, legs straight up. Let's release down into plow. Release the hands around the back and roll down. One vertebrae at a time. Coming down so that your legs are up. Start to lower the legs. Coming lower and lower and lower. And then before they reach the ground, bring the knees into your chest and send them back up again. Let's flex the toes, get a good stretch. Point and flexing, good stretch in the hamstrings. Let's do it again. Coming lower and lower and lower
And then knees into the chest. Send it back up. One more time, coming lower, lower. Plant the feet on the ground. And articulate the spine. Bring the back off the mat, coming up into bridge, Setu Bandhasana. So one straight line from your shoulder blades up to your knees. Your knees are no more than hip distance apart. Maybe roll the shoulders underneath, pull the hips up higher. Maybe walk the feet in a little closer. Reach your heels, push the hips up a little more. And then option from here is to go into back bend. Arms come up towards the sky, over right by your ears, and press up. Stretch out the arms and push all the way up. And when you're done, tuck the head and bring the shoulders down to the mat. And bring the knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the knees. Oh, too much fun here in Santa Cruz. Let's come back to center. Stretch the legs out one more time. Bring the arms by your sides. And let's start to lower the legs. I think we're going to come right up at 32 minutes. Coming lower and lower and lower and lower. And then bringing the feet all the way down into the mat. Closing the eyes. Coming into our final Shavasana. So we're just taking a few minutes to let the body release. The breathing come back to normal. Let the heart rate settle down. And rolling off to your right side into the fetal position. And when you're ready, pull up into a seated position. Let's roll the shoulders up and around. And roll the head around, stretch out the neck. All the way back. And back to center. Let's come into one great big breath to conclude our practice today. Take a great big inhale, bring the arms all the way up. And exhale all the way down to the heart center. The light in me honors the light in all of you who are watching. Thank you very much. Share, feel free to pass it on. I'm just doing my part to help you all through this coronavirus. Namaste.